is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That's local Cleveland band Gatlin with Forget Forever. And Chris,
yes,
on the line, we've got somebody near and dear and close to your heart and to your loins.
Someone I've been drinking with for 3 fucking days straight.
Basically.
Yeah, it's your good friend Jon.
What up, J-Man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? What's up, Neely, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much.
So you gonna play some Testament?
Play some Testament, dude!
Goddamn Testament! By the way, do you realize, Chris, you called somebody a slickback tonight?
So he was.
Oh boy,
that
motherfucker. The show went racist. I thought I ruined the show.
Look, that motherfucker needs to stuff his face with tacos so he can't speak to me. He's not important enough to talk to me, you burrito-eating bitch. Stay off my phone. Anyway.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, see, Jon, that's how it works. There's nothing contrived. It all just happens.
Yeah, that one I will agree with. Yes.
We don't know that's happening. It's not a bit. It's not planned. It just happens.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Although this is kind of over the top for Chris to go the racist route, so you know.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
I gotta admit, like I've known Chris for 15 years almost. I literally have never heard him go the racist route. So
that's not true. He posted something very racist on his Facebook about a month ago, and no one had the balls to even comment on it.
Why was that racist?
I didn't see that. What'd you post?
Just look on my Facebook pictures for the 4 more years picture. It's fucking
Are
brutal.
you kidding me?
No one even commented on it. Everybody was such a pussy that they couldn't even comment on it.
You know what, I'll find it.
I didn't see that one.
I'll put it on the CMS Facebook right now. All right. So anyway, Jon, you are playing a gig for us, sir. Talk a little bit about, why you're playing the gig and, why Gatlin is no longer there, but you're coming back to play and blah, blah, blah. Make people want to come.
Well, we're playing, first of all, because you requested us to play, and you are one of my best friends. But, it's always great to play with Donnie and War and Mikey. And any chance we get to do it, we always take the opportunity. And the reason the band is not around, if that's what you were asking, as you know, we were around for 10 years, and we took our shot at the record deal, and it didn't happen. And rather than be one of those bands that used to draw people and used to be cool, we got out on top. We knew it wasn't going to happen, and we just, called it quits. Like, do it smart.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Jon, but I'm going to read from the chat room.
Go ahead.
Texas born and bred Chris says, Chris is one step shy of being the grand fucking wizard.
Holy shit.
Is that true? Is that really true?
I'm not. I've never lit a cross yet. But
you're one step away?
I'm one step away. I don't even own a white sheet.
All
right, Jon. Sorry for the interruption, but
no, that's okay.
The
chat room was blowing up when the song was playing, so I loved it.
So
Texas was saying it sounds like a demo, but the guitar player is good. It's like, yeah, well, this was '99, dude. Like, of course, it sounds like a demo.
Well, speaking of that, Jon, where did you record? I mean, obviously, a lot of local bands don't have the budget to be able to afford, a quality recording studio, but yet you guys forged on, played the local Cleveland scene, released some CDs, etc. Obviously, you were self-financed. Where did you record that, and what kind of money were we talking here?
Well, that particular CD we recorded in summer of 1998, and then it was Don and I. It cost $1,600, and he and I put up the money ourselves. And then also, like anybody that actually has an original copy of the record, there's a Marco's Pizza logo in there because I worked for Marco's, and we needed some money to reproduce the CD. So I went to the actual the regional managers, and I got Marco's to give us $500 to reproduce the CD in exchange for putting a pizza logo in there.
Nice.
But yeah. So no, it was recorded at Eddie Temeco's studio in Brooklyn, Ohio, and we took a year to reproduce it because we're saving up the money ourselves. And the CD came out July '99, and it really was all self-funded. And we just through shows and merchandise and all that stuff, we somehow came up with the money. And like I said, it was recorded a year before it came out, but we spent everything we had to record it, and then we had to come up with more money to just put it out. So
nice. Well, John, obviously, man, you moved on. You went in and did another band called APG that some people remember, some people don't. And you're kind of out of the business, with the exception of doing more fun projects, which is why your other band is playing the show, Major League. What is it about doing a project like that keeps you actually out there wanting to be in the scene? Is it just that you love being out there playing, or what?
It's the only thing. It's just I really love just going out and playing. And honestly, I mean, to tell the truth, I would really love it to be an original project, but the way things go when you get older and guys have different time schedules and jobs and all this other stuff, you can't write as many songs and put out as many albums, this, that, and the other. But I really enjoy singing and I really enjoy performing. So I got hired by a band in Dayton about 4 years ago to sing, and I realized that I could actually do the cover band thing, which, while it's not original, it's not desirable. It was fun. It was still nice to be up there and sing. And so I do the cover band thing because it keeps me on stage, and music is my passion. It's what I love, and I really enjoy playing. So I just do the cover band thing to stay up there and do what I love most, I think it's, a little bit of talent, I hope. And so, it's what I do.
Right. So obviously we're doing this thing on the 10th, which, for people that don't know, there was actually a method to my madness of the bands that I picked on it. I picked bands that I personally like and that I knew wouldn't be bitches and fucking drive me crazy with all the typical band shit. But at the same time, I also picked guys that I had pretty good faith would fucking not let me down with shitty music. So, what can people expect if they come out on the 10th?
Basically, it's going to be a great show because of the fact that it's going to be the first time in almost 4 years that Gatlin has played. And anytime, if you saw Gatlin back in the day, the one thing we always tried to do, and it sounds really cheesy, so rip me in the chat room, but we always tried to go to war with the audience. Like, we wanted to, energy-wise, outlast the audience. Like, every song, we wanted to be, amped to the nines, and then just do that for every song, kind of like Seven Dust does it. I mean, Chris, Seven Dust, man, and Neely, I'm sure you do too. You go to a Seven Dust show, and they just kick ass the whole time, and you leave, and you're just sweating bullets, and ugh. And we tried to do that too, but now that we haven't done it in a couple of years, and it's something that we would love to do, and we haven't gotten to do it in so long, that the energy is just going to be that much stronger. And so anybody that comes out on the 10th is going to see a typical Gatlin show, but it's also going to be an amped-up Gatlin show because Mikey and Don and War and I haven't played together in years, and it's going to be, the energy is going to come from the music itself, but also because we just love being on stage with each other. It's going to be a really, really kick-ass night. I'm really excited. I was just rehearsing earlier, and I was so excited to play these songs again, dude. And it sounds cheesy and faggy and stuff, but I'm really excited, man. It's going to be a really, really good time.
Why is that cheesy and faggy? Because you're amped up about playing something that you enjoy.
It's not that, Neely, man. It's just that, my answer sounds so cliche, and it sounds like I'm hyping a show, but I really am truly. I'm so excited. The one thing I remember above everything else that was ever done in Gatlin was how much fun we had just being on stage with each other. We always had this big group hug before the show, and we always, start knocking each other's heads and goofing around. And I can't wait to do it again. It was great.
Well,
and I'm really
I don't have
excited.
a problem with that, John. Honestly, I mean, I'm amped I've been doing this for 17 years straight, and I'm amped every weekend, every Saturday when 8 o'clock Central rolls around, 9 Eastern rolls around. I'm amped to do the show, and I'm glad to do it. I mean, I'm excited to do this show today as much as I was 17 years ago when I started the show. There's nothing wrong with that. And, if you look at the chat room, if you look at the listening numbers, people regardless if it's 1 or 1,000, people love to tune into the Classic Metal Show, and I'm glad to bring it to them because it's just what I do, much like what you do with your bands, be it Gatlin or Major League or whatever other project you're involved in. It's just what you do. There's nothing wrong with being proud of that or happy about it or amped about it.
I never want it to sound like when I talk about the band, like I'm that typical cheesy band guy that's like, I really like to play, and our new record is the greatest thing we've ever done.
Going down the road of it's the greatest thing we have ever done, I get that because that's usually cliche. But just saying that I like to play for the people, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, honestly, dude, that is what it is. Like I was talking to the infamous Steph earlier, and my little brother AJ, and I was saying that I don't care if no one shows up but Akin and you. It's going to be so much fun to just get up there with Mikey and Warren and Don and just plug the amps in and hit the drums and just everything just go as loud as fucking possible and just start ripping ass, man, like we used to do. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And I really hope the audience gets into it, which they always have, and I really hope they feed off of the fact that we're all out there going, dude, we haven't been able to do this in 4 years. We're going to tear the roof off of that motherfucker. We're going to destroy that place. It's going to be fucking kick-ass. It's going to be a really good show. And I'm excited, man. I just never want to come across sounding like that typical musician dick, I'm very self-conscious about that. So.
Well, regardless of that, it's always cool if a guy is really into what he does, because if you don't believe in what you do, nobody else will either. Very true.
The honesty has to come through, and I feel very, very strongly about the Gatlin music, and I always listen to it and think I could do this better, I can do that better, but I also hear the power and the honesty and the energy in it, and I'm really proud of what we did. And Chris, I really appreciate you asking us to play, man. And Neely, I appreciate you putting us on the air.
Well, I'm going to ask you something personal, John. When you're up there on the stage, giving it your all, singing your heart out, playing the music that you enjoy, when you're looking out over that audience, are you imagining all the women in the audience just squirting as you sing?
A couple of them, but I'm actually looking down their shirts because I don't care so much about squirting. Like, I like squirters, but I need tits. So if let's say I have an A cup in front of me and she's like, I squirt. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I got a D cup in front of me and she squirts. I'm going, oh yeah, now we can talk. So kind of yes, kind of no.
Well, what kind of whores are you expecting to bring out for this show, John? Because I really need some pussy next week.
That one, I'm not sure. There's a couple coming out.
A couple? Those ones will be sucking dick of fucking people that are holding instruments.
But see, our fans aren't like that. They care about the music so deeply. They don't worry about sucking cocks or being groupies.
We don't want to
sausage inevitably... Dude, it's your birthday party, for fuck's sake. There's going to be whores out there somehow.
Gee, thanks.
God damn.
Oh, good, man. So, dude, talk about Major League a little bit, because obviously people have no idea what's going to be going on with that. Talk a little bit about, what you guys play and, why you play those tunes versus other stuff.
Well, first and foremost, Major League is called Major League because everybody in Cleveland's got their little cover band thing, and it's always like a gimmick. And I was sitting there watching the movie Major League one day, and I was like, fuck, man, I love this movie, and I love Cleveland, and I love Cleveland sports. No one's ever had a Cleveland sports-based cover band. I was like, holy shit. And I was pretty drunk at the time, but I was like, hey, let's do it. So I called my cousin, and I got a buddy named Joe, and my boy Dave, who's the singer of APG, but he plays rhythm guitar for us in Major League. And basically, I just started a cover band, just guitar rock, and we chug beers, and we play tunes that chicks can dance to, but dudes can rock to, and it's just a whole lot of fun. We just basically pimp out Cleveland sports. We're like, hey, we love the Browns, we love the Indians, we love the Cavs, and we love to play. So let's just do it. Let's just drink a shitload of beer. Promote Cleveland sports, and just have a good time. And that's the whole basis of Major League. And, you know, my cousin quit the band a few months ago, but he's coming back to play with us next week. And Joe also quit. He was getting married, and he doesn't have quite enough time to be in a band anymore, but he's coming back to play with us. So it's the all-original lineup, which is something like the dumbest fucking thing ever to say, the all-original lineup of a cover band. But it really is, and it's a really fucking fun time. And, Chris, you're going to get up on stage and do a beer bong from our Beer Bong Joe Boo. And awesome. Neely, you should too, by the way. And we just get up there and play guitar rock and drink beer and have a great time. And, you know.
Awesome.
Well, that's what we're looking forward to, John. Like I said, we haven't done one of these in over 3 years since Chris bowed out of the classic metal show due to internal pressures. And now that he's back, we're going to do this again. I'm going to make the trip from the Chicago area and come down there, and we're going to do this thing like we've done in the past.
It's going to be a really good time, man. I'm excited to meet you in person because I know I've really pissed on the show twice, and I sent you that apology email, and I'd like to apologize in person, but I appreciate you putting me on the show, and I appreciate you being cool about everything and letting me, you know, play for you guys live, man. I really appreciate it.
Sure. All right, John. Well, since we're going to see you next week, I'll let you pick one of these songs, Killing Time or Revenge, and maybe tell us a story about it.
It's not a hard choice, Dick. Fuck, pick one.
No, actually, no. It's interesting because one's political, but one is also woman-related. And since the infamous Steph is here.
Well, since you mentioned political, who are you voting for on Tuesday?
I'm voting for Obama, and
really?
The only reason
you can't play our show next week. I'm sorry.
Play our show.
Hold on, dude. Dude. Okay, can I say something? By the way,
yes, you can. Go ahead.
Any musicians? I can't stand musicians who come out in public and start getting all political and stuff.
Well, you're not famous, so just cut the musician part. Let's just talk about John here.
The only reason, no, I'm just saying, no, I hate when musicians, like these, like, you know, big rock stars come out and go, I'm endorsing this guy. Like, no one gives a shit who you think about politically. Just go fucking play your instrument, you know? It's a dickhead move for musicians to come out and try and be political and stuff. No one cares, and you sound like an ass. I'm only voting for Obama because
he's black.
Romney. Okay, back with the racist shit. Way to go, dude. Would you like to rip on Chinese now, Chris?
Fuck those little slant-eyed gooks. Fuck them.
There you go. There you go.
So why are you just be honest? Why are you voting for Obama? Seriously.
I think both of them, several platforms that they're on, are very almost equal because I like some of Romney, I like some of Obama. The only reason I'm voting for Obama is because the one thing I keep getting off of Romney is he kind of seems like, and part of my language, he seems kind of like that rich prick that wants to bully people that aren't rich, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit because, you know, I'm a single dude living on my own and everything, and if I see a rich dude trying to beat me down, I'm like, well, that's not very cool. And that's literally the only reason. I don't, you know, I'm not political and I don't research it enough, but he seems like he doesn't like people who don't have a lot of money.
That's not true. But anyway, regardless of that, let me just put it this way, and I'm not going to try to sway your vote, and I hope you do vote regardless of who you vote for.
Oh, I will, buddy.
If you're going to play the CMS next week, just do the right thing and vote for someone who's a capitalist, okay?
Okay, well, then as long as you ask me, then why are you voting? Like, why would you say that about? And I don't care either way, but since you obviously are on the Romney side, why are you on the Romney side? I have to ask you.
Just because of his business acumen and his ability to maybe, and I would say maybe, straighten out this financial mess this country is in. Because he's got the experience to do that. That's it, period. I don't care about his social issues. I don't care about birth control. I don't care about abortion. I don't care about any of those things. Just because he's a business person, he's run businesses, he's been successful, and basically the U.S. is a huge business, and anybody who could probably straighten this mess out, I would give it to someone who has that background over someone who's never run a business in their life. That's it.
I can see that.
Period.
I think that's great, man.
Period.
That's yeah.
So that's
like
it.
I said, I'm not political at all.
And
so.
I'm not trying to turn this into a political thing, but that's just my viewpoint on this whole election. This whole mess needs to be straightened out. We're in a financial crisis, and this guy has financial experience, and that's the only reason I'm voting for him. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not saying he's going to solve everything, but at least he has the experience.
But I think it's cool that you have that one definitive thing that you're voting for him for. Like, I have my definitive thing, like, the guy scares the shit out of me. And like, that's why I'm like, I'm voting for the other guy. But, I mean, it's good to have that one definitive reason. And I think this political election is so insane because everybody is, like, they're on such a strong, how do I phrase this? Everyone is so on one side or the other.
That's why I'm voting for Gary Johnson.
Fuck it. I'm not going to get into this.
All right, John.
We're playing next week. I can't wait to see you guys on November 10th. Please come see my bands. Woohoo!
All right.
Birthday, yay!
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing Gatlin in Major League. So we'll close out this thing with Revenge. What do you think?
Rock on.
All right.
Good. That's good.
All right,
Hail
John,
and kill.
we'll look forward to seeing you next week. I'm ready to rock out and do this thing live.
Sounds good, buddy. Hail and kill. Neely, play some goddamn Testament and enjoy.
Exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
You have been trying